I have tried to make a TikTok about this several times, and I cannot condense my thoughts down to a 10-minute video, let alone 3 10-minute videos. So today I took it upon myself to go out to my yard and shoot an entire podcast about this conversation. I also spoke about a lot of other things, just like the duties I feel like we have as influencers in today's society, and just my thoughts on people hoarding wealth, and just my relationship to money over the years, and like how I view it now in this society that we currently live in. I will say that like one of my number one points across that podcast was that I live under the firm belief that we as influencers do owe the people who watch us and our fans and just people in general our money, especially influencers versus traditional media celebrities, because our entire source of income is based on the fact that the working class feels a connection to us. But why the fuck would anyone want to sit in their mansion and not help the people who helped them? And the fact that his first innate feeling was rage, just, oh my God, I have been genuinely living in rage about this. And again, you will see all of my thoughts on that, not this Saturday, but I think next Saturday. Okay. But anyways, I do feel like on TikTok, a lot of the things that I would say, a lot of other people have said very eloquently, and a lot of my faith has been restored, and a lot of other influencers seeing the way that they're stepping up and sharing their opinions on this and seeing that they are good people with souls, right? So anything I would want to say on TikTok, I would want to add something to the conversation. And that is where I'm going to leave you with this piece of information. It wasn't until I was filming today that this randomly crossed my mind. I feel like ever since I've been entering my brand safe era, I have had a lot of curtains pulled back on things that I did not really know about before. One of them obviously being the exorbitant amounts of money that these influencers make for certain things. I feel like I just wasn't living in that world for a while. I was saying whatever, no one wanted to work with me. It's very, very, very wild to me. And obviously that furthered me on the podcast to go in an entire conversation about guilt and wanting to share that with people and etc., right? But another one of the curtains that I recently had pulled back on was influencer IPs, their products, right? I sat and I took a bunch of meetings about IPs, like whether it's drinks, whether it's makeup, whether it's skincare, whether it's candles, whether it's whatever, right? And I was speaking to a lot of people who have invested in these big influencer brands, and I was kind of finding out like a lot of tea on who does what and makes what and whatever, right? But what I found out as the common denominator across all of these meetings was that makeup is by far the most profitable IP by a literal landslide. AKA, it takes $1 or less to make an eyeshadow cream. And then the eyeshadow cream is turned around and sold for $30. Under $2 to make a blush, and then the blush is turned around and sold for X, right? Those profit margins are so high, which means in the time it took him to film, edit, watch back, and post that asinine TikTok, he realistically made 400x what that girl was asking him for. And listen, this is just me making some educated guesses, okay? I don't want to get sued by the Jimmy Chuck Foundation. But like really coming to the realization today that I think she was asking for $1,500, that in the retrospect to what he makes is equivalent to like a penny for him. A penny. And your initial reaction is not only rage, but public rage. I am aghast. Like genuinely, I can't even believe it. And again, so much more to say. I just do not understand at all any of that. And I think it's so disgusting. But this TikTok is 4 minutes. Just know that he is over there printing money, and it's so deeply unsettling to me too that no matter how many unfollows happen or anything that happens, he has already hoarded enough wealth that even if he got off of the internet tomorrow, he could invest that, he could do whatever. He will always be wealthy. But genuinely shout out to all of the influencers who are on the right side of history and want to use their platform and their money to help other people. And we should just stick together and keep doing the right thing, because the world is in shambles and people deserve help. That's the other thing too. Oh my God, I'm already doing it. I'm doing the podcast thing, but it's like the fact that he was like, she doesn't even follow me. What? Someone has to be a fan to deserve what is a penny to you? Someone has to be a shish star for you to give them what is literally a penny to you? Okay, this TikTok can't be any longer. Like, I literally already talked about it for hours today. I love you guys. Good night.